Yet another S10 build update. Again, a lot's changed. So I did drop the ball a little bit, guys. I was going to get you a video of all the plates and pieces I got from Mozer made. I kind of was excited and got everything welded together before I grabbed my camera. So, if you need any kind of custom plate work done, Mozer made, Matt Mozer of Mozer made is awesome to deal with. I used a Fusion 360, designed my plates and pieces I wanted to do, and he has a plasma table. He plasma tabled them out and then shipped them to me. So the cost, like if you ask him to do it, cost is going to be very dependent on what you're having done. But he was very, very reasonable. I'm very happy with how everything turned out. Worked with me every step of the way, and it was awesome to deal with. So if you guys are doing some custom suspension work or need custom plate work done, reach out to him. I know he's also doing some other custom stuff if you get on his Facebook page. So just as I said, if you need anything like plasma table cut out, precision cuts or anything like that, reach out to him. So I'll go into what you're seeing here. So the the 3-link stuff for the front of the 3-link, I guess, is done. I still got to work on either a Watts link or a parent hard bar. I'll go into that a little bit later in this video. So we'll go over, I think in the last video, that bar wasn't completely welded up. It's welded up now. I welded up to both tubes and to the case. I can't remember if all the bottom stuff was welded up, but all that is now. It's all welded up and good. I've got, again, all this stuff was plates I had designed up in Fusion 360 and Matt Mozer cut out for me on his plasma table. So whenever I got just the plates, I welded everything together and it came out perfect. Absolutely ecstatic with how this turned out. So we'll go into the 3-link geometry right now. You can see the bottom links are pointed. That's the front of the vehicle, and they're pointed up. Top link's pointed down currently. This rear axle is at right height. So, the way I've got it set up using an online 3-link calculator, it's supposed to give me about 20% anti-squat, which I figure will be a good starting point. And I can adjust this all kinds of different ways. Same way, like the rear bars are adjustable at the back, and this upper bar is adjustable up and down at both at the rear axle and at the frame mount. So, and as I said, all these plates are all from Mozer made. They're just designs I made up in Fusion 360 and had him cut out. They were perfect. So, and then I also had, if you see this triangle deal right here, these are all plates that I had him cut out as well. So I had 1.5-inch holes put in the middle. This is the same style tubing I'm using for my 3-link bars. It's completely overkill, and I know that, but I wanted it to be nice and sturdy. So it's 1.5-inch outside diameter DOM 250 wall. So it's a 1/4-inch thick wall. It is unbelievably heavy-duty pipe, or technically it's DOM tubing, and yeah, I completely went overkill with it, but I made these boxes for the frame mount so that way I had all kinds of area around where it's welded on the inside and the outside, double beaded everywhere. And then, it's welded to the pipe inside and outside as well. I'm not a professional welder, don't judge my welds. But yeah, so that's all done. I also did crossbars between the plated frame right here, and P is for passenger side on this, but anyway, and then welding them right to my DOM tubing. So this isn't DOM, this is thinner wall stuff, but it's just for cross support, so I figured it'd be more than enough. Again, this is probably all overkill anyway, but I'm not 100% sure how much stress is going to be on this top bar, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to go anywhere. So yeah, I did all that, and I also got my geometry where it was, and just before anyone asks, like, that's getting close, isn't it? Whenever I take the floor jack and take this all the way up to the frame currently, and it doesn't have the bump stops or the top plates, I gotta weld the top plates yet on the rear axle, there's still plenty of clearance between where the transmission output shaft is going to be and this drive shaft. I can even go a little bit bigger on the drive shaft tube diameter and I'll still be fine, and that's before I finish putting other plates in it and bump stops. So there will be plenty of clearance for that. I don't have to worry about that. And I can lower it and raise the truck or whatever. And again, that's like with it completely up against the frame, there's plenty of drive shaft clearance between the drive shaft and this lower top third link mount. So yeah, we're good there. But that is what I have so far. As I said, Mozer made, it was awesome to deal with. And the tubing itself, if you're in Central PA, Outta Hand Fabrication's where I got the tubing. Great guys to deal with. He also hooked me up with all the tube ends and everything. So the heim joints, the tube ends, the tube nuts, all that fun stuff was from Outta Hand Fabrication in Milroy, PA. So if you are in the Central PA area, State College or whatever area, Lewistown area, and you're looking for a tubing supplier, that's where I got this tubing from. It is awesome stuff. Very good pricing, and I'm just excited because he's the first tubing supplier I found in the area, and the tubing's great price, so I could not complain at all. I told him what I was doing because I had no idea what I was looking for heim joints or anything like that, and he hooked me up with exactly what I was looking for. So if you have a project kind of like this and you need help figuring out, what you need for heim joints, because I've never done anything like this before. This is my first go at it. He knew exactly what I was trying to do and hooked me right up. So I was very, very happy with it. But yeah, where else was I going to go? But yeah, all the flame plates are welded in. Top third link's done. Currently, like right now, I'm out of gas and wire for the welder, so that's why I haven't finished the top parts of these. I got top plates for these, and then for the bump stop or whatever, those need welded in yet. But I'm out of wire and I'm out of gas, so I'm gonna get some more tomorrow and keep rolling. But now it's a bunch of figuring. So there's a couple guys I've been talking to. One in particular that does a road race S10, and he uses a coil spring setup, not a coil over. So just a regular coil spring like what you'd find in the back of like a Fox body Mustang. And then its own shock. So I've thought about doing that, and putting outriggers out from the frame right here, and then having the coil spring right there, and then having the coil spring adjustable pocket or whatever, kind of like what the dirt track guys use. The other idea is going coil over shocks. So I haven't completely decided what I want to do yet, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be keeping the factory coil, shock mount, or if I'm going to do a crossbar and do my own. I'm kind of leaning to doing my own crossbar, and I'm kind of leaning to, even though the coil spring and shock separate looks really, really heavy duty, and I'm sure it is, my main concern is packaging, because I still need to I need to be able to package all this. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this yet. But I'm thinking about doing coilovers in the back, and then doing them at an angle, top towards the middle of the truck. So that way, let me back up here. That way, whenever you, for instance, the truck rocks back or forth, that shock will help with side loading of the rear axle. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do that or not, or what exactly I'm going to do. But it's starting to get a little busy back here, because now I'm trying to decide. I would love to go Watts link with this, but I'm going to be getting, so for instance, I'm going to be getting probably an aluminum diff cover with the the supports for the main caps. Probably one of those cast aluminum covers, and after that, at that point, it's okay. Now I gotta figure out Watts link, I gotta figure out shocks, and I gotta figure out sway bar, and I still need to be able to run exhaust out the back. So because of Pennsylvania State Inspection, so it's gonna get a little busy really quick. So I gotta figure out what exactly I'm going to do. So that's stuff I'm trying to figure out right now, and just try to decide which direction I want to go. I love the idea of using the coil spring itself and then a separate shock over the coilover, because it's probably going to be a lot more heavy duty, and I'm going to be beating the ever-living snot out of this truck. But just for packaging, I'm not sure exactly if I'll be able to pull that off or not. Because I know I could design it up in Fusion, do the same thing like I have done with all the brackets, design it up in Fusion and have Matt Mozer cut me out brackets, and I can make my own spring perch on both sides. and then make axle brackets for the spring to sit on and all that. I know I could do that, but again, you're running into, at that point, that's taking up room for shock placement. That's taking up room for Watts link. Well, really not room for Watts link, but it's another thing you got to add into it. So, and having a coil over is all kind of compact. It's in one little neat package. So I just don't know which way I'm going to go yet. So, but I wanted to give you guys an update. That is where I'm at right now with the rear axle build. Next up literally is I'm going to be taking a tape measure and figuring out. I want to do a Watts link. If I have to, I'll do a panhard bar. I know Watts links work better for making sure that rear axle stays centered, period. And the panhard bar is not bad, don't get me wrong. It still arcs a little bit, but if you make it the entire width of the frame, that arc and how much it's going to move the rear axle either that way or that way, matters where I put the frame mounting point, is going to be very small, but still going to be there, where a Watts link is going to be perfectly centered the entire way up and down a suspension movement, period. So I haven't really decided yet which way I'm going to go, but I wanted to give you guys a show of how it worked. Oh, and I might as well just pick up the rear axle quick and show you guys. So watch this. Ta-da! So yeah. Perfect. Oh, and all those nuts are tight. Like all the tube nuts are tight. So you get all, like I can take it all the way up to the frame, both sides. I've taken it off the jack stands and done it from the sitting on the ground all the way up, and it doesn't care. I mean, it does it perfectly. So the amount of articulation you're going to get on a 3-link this is why everyone says you cannot beat a 3-link for articulation, and for road course or drifting or anything like that. Just because the amount of articulation and free range of motion that rear axle has. So I'm very, very happy that I did this. Now it's just a bunch of figuring out stuff. So alright guys, that's the update for right now. Right now it is October, which means it's Boostober. I don't know if you guys watched my podcast or not, but we are in Boostober. So if you're looking for a boost controller, they are 10% off right now. Use promo code BOOSTOBER2020 at checkout, and you'll get a Spoolie Boy boost controller or a Simple Dollar boost at 10% off right now. So if you guys want one, because it's boost season, go to the store. I just actually got done building a couple of Simple Dollar boosts before I came out here, so I've got everything back in stock. So yeah, if you need a boost controller, go out there and grab one. And if you want any, like, I know I probably haven't mentioned this a lot on my YouTube channel, but I also have stickers and whatnot. So if you are looking for any to purchase any of my vinyl stickers, I have most everything in stock still. If not, it's pretty quick for me to whip it out. So, alright guys, thank you for watching this S10 build update, and I'll be back with probably another podcast and another update hopefully soon. Thanks guys, have a good one. Bye.